my friends, it is Monday, it is goals and update and weigh-in day and all those things. Hope you're doing okay. Now, if you watched my video yesterday, you know I'm meal prepping. Well, I meal prepped yesterday for an egg fast, which starts today. So obviously I weighed in. I do feel really bloaty. I think I had some nuts and things last week, and I think it's just generally upset my stomach. Like I feel very, very pressure in my stomach from it. So I'm not feeling my best, but I am cracking on with my egg fast. I've had breakfast. I weighed in today and I was at 233.2, so I've not cracked those 220s yet. That is my goal for February now. I've rolled over my goal to getting those 220s. I was up slightly. Also, that hormonal stuff I talked about last week, that's still happening. Oh, menopause, love it. So again, that could probably be a factor. And I've also not been drinking my water, so yeah. I don't really feel like a fat gain there. I think it's just like my body being blah. But anyway, cracking on with my egg fast. That is the plan for the week, and I will keep you guys informed of that. I know a lot of you guys wanted to hear that recipe for the donuts as well, so I'll try and film that in the week for you as well. I think I might start doing a few egg fast, just individual video recipes to see if it helps, because you might want to pick and choose some of those recipes because they're so low carb. They might be quite useful to have anyway, so I will start doing some of those, I think, as well over the coming weeks and months as well. But I'm going to talk to you about goals. It's February, it's a Monday, it is like perfect time to start new fresh goals and things. I will flip you guys around and show you what's happening and what my goals are and all those lovely things and how I did for January. So my little nasty looking printout I did for my goals for January. So my no spends for the month, I nailed every single one every single week. So a full month of no spending in these categories. So I'm going to roll that over for next month as well, and I did something else onto it. Groceries started off okay, and then it kind of went downhill because the prices are just shooting up. We've had problems with delivery, so that did fail. But I did get some stickers this week, and I did stick to £15, so that was good. Didn't sell a damn thing. Not a damn thing. Dang thing. And also workouts were good up until last week. I was just so hectic with work and not feeling too good. But I am back on it. I've got some new goals for February, which I'll talk to you about in a sec. I didn't do a fast in January, but I'm doing one now. I didn't do any intermittent fasting really. I kind of tried to eat with my appetite a bit more. That was a little bit, but also I did not get my 220s. I didn't get it. Oh dear. I did check out new phone contracts and I've got more plans afoot for that, so I'll talk to you about that in a sec. Paid off my overdraft, yay! And that I didn't really do, but that again is a new plan for February. Didn't do anything for the garden, although I've got some thoughts on that, or my paint colour because it's been put back anyway. Although Paul and I have decided, when I say Paul and I've sort of told him, and he's gonna, that sounds nice, darling, like a peacocky greeny blue. No, that really vivid turquoisey blue that peacocks have on their feathers. I'm thinking that might be cool because it's actually quite a bright room. It's the brightest room probably we have. So I'm thinking that's the colour I'm going to go for. Sorry, we are going to go for. I didn't touch my ukulele. I'm rubbish. I need to start. I need to schedule time in for it. Set up a Facebook group. I've done it, but I'm still working on bits and pieces. I might do some sort of update of the way my channel and stuff looks, like the colours and stuff. So I'm not going to reveal that until that's done, but it is done. I've started on it. Principles I've not done. I've sketched them but not done them yet, and I've done the second channel. So I did achieve some stuff in January. Would I have achieved it without writing this lovely ugly list? Probably I wouldn't have done that, I don't think. Possibly. But there you go. I'm going to roll some of these over, but not quite decided what I'm going to roll over yet. Probably the ukulele. So this is my Plum Planner, by the way. Sorry, from Plum Paper. If you go to plumpaper.com, you can order these. Not so much for the UK anymore because obviously Brexit's ruined everything with taxes and stuff. It costs like £7,000 to get something posted to you now. So moving on to February. That was my little rant there. I was going to do something really pretty instead of doing that sheet, and then I ran out of time and I ended up doing it in bed. I'm rubbish. But I have got my printables as well. So, goals for the house for this month. I've got this stuff in my IKEA basket, and it's been there for about 6 weeks. And basically, I won't press the button on it because they want to charge me £40 to deliver it. And it's usually only 15. And I just don't want to spend £40, and it keeps jumping down to 30, back up to 40. I appreciate what's going on, but I'm not going to press the button until it gets down to something a bit more reasonable, like 20 quid. So once that happens, I'm going to go ahead. It's just a new desk, the desky stuff. My desk is old and it doesn't match the colour scheme of the house. So I just want to get a new desk and some bits and pieces for officey stuff and some lights. We also, I was chatting the other day, and we realised the toaster and kettle is about 20 years old. And it also, I did not realise, I've been living in this house for 7 years, was Paul's previous missus, the baby mamas. So I'd like to replace that quite fast. I didn't know. He didn't mention it. So I'll be looking at a new kettle and toaster. It's just nice. Plus also it's probably possibly dangerous. By now it's 20 years old, so it's about time it gets updated anyway. Apart from looking a bit scuzzy, it's just a little bit dangerous being so old. Rescheduled the decorator. She was rescheduled for the 4th of March with Panny D. I'm not quite sure if that's possible for the 4th of March, so that's going to be something I'll check up in about 2 weeks. And I've got a declutter challenge. I've got some printables here, which I showed you those ones before, which I talked about in a sec. But also there's a declutter challenge. If you go to it again, same as before, debt-free charts. These were free, I think, until the rest of the week. I think if you go to that website now and grab it, there's like 5 or 6 pages of different challenges. I'm going to, rather than calling it declutter, it's like selling one thing a day or putting it into my donation bag. I've got a donation bag for when the charity stores reopen. So I'm either going to donate something or sell something, and just one a day for 28 days. And then I'm going to tick it off and fill it in and all those lovely things. So I've got that to do. Stuff for my channel. I think as of now I've got 1,635 subscribers. So I'd like to gain 40 subscribers in the month. That'd be nice. I don't really push my channel. I'm not that channel that's taken off and gone viral. That ain't me. I've got a lot of people with me for years. Thank you so much. You're still here. You're amazing. But that's pretty much as far as I'm going to go. But it'd be nice to get a few more subscribers to have more friends. So that's a nice goal. Get that Facebook up and running. I will decide about that rebranding and get those printables sorted out as well, which I probably will launch on the Facebook anyway at the same time. That's my little goals for the house and just my channel. Health and fitnessy stuff. I want to stick to 15 grams of carbs per day, no higher, which is actually going to be quite hard. I tend to drift, which is the reason why I've not made massive improvements and progress, I think, in my weight. I drift up to 20, 25, then down again. So I want to keep consistently at 15 grams of carbs per day, you know, just to achieve it. 30 to 45 minutes of walking a day. That's 5 times a week. 5 times a week resistance and 5 times per week strength. That doesn't necessarily mean on the same 5 days to do all 3 of them. So it's going to be spread out. Just I want to do it 5 days. I want to sort of get my steps in. I want to get my resistance up for just, you know, my overall physical health, and strength training because I want to make myself a bit stronger. I want to regain some of my muscles and things I've lost and get into those 220s. Financials, pay off my phone. Now, originally I budgeted to get this paid off by the end of February. I think I'm actually going to be able to do it this week, with a little bit of a twist and a squeeze and a holding my belt in a little bit, which I can't wait for. And then the plan was initially to pay it off in February, so that in March I can make double payments with my credit card, which I want to pay off this year. But because I'm going to have those 3 weeks before that of spares time, I'm actually going to put all the money aside instead into my savings to spend on my garden. So hopefully I have £150-ish, 200 to spend on my garden for this year. That's where the money's going to come from, I've decided. And then I'll carry on with that plan in March onwards to double down on my credit card payments. I've got trackers for that as well, so if you're interested. Overall, this is going to be for my credit card payments to pay off the balance. I've got like £2,200 and something pounds. I'm going to divide it up into 100-piece chunks and then pay it off bit by bit and update my little tracker. And then overall for my financial position for this year is this, and that is to it's not all debt, it's also savings goals as well. So I call it like a big pot of money. And it's about £4,500, £5,000 of progress I want to make with this. And with my paying off my overdraft, paying off that phone, and paying off some of my credit card, I'm already about £1,900 better off than where I started off with this about October. I've been really pushing it, so I will be working on that again till the end of the year. So this is my whole year, my 2021 goal, and I want by the end of the year to also have some savings, so that's going to be on there. And if you're interested, I'll keep you informed about that as well. So that's my garden fund. Again, continuing that no spend, just like I did last month. I've also added one more onto it, which I'll show you in a sec. And then get my life assurance sorted out. I've had real problems because of my morbid obesity getting insured. And basically getting straight up declined. There was one I kept seeing on my Facebook, and you know, when they stalk, you know, when they monitor what you say and what you type on Facebook and Instagram, they do watch what you say and do and what you Google, and they kept coming up. So I did some checks on it, and they actually have accepted me. But I want to read the terms and conditions more, and I want to read Trustpilot about this company. They're called Dead Happy, and people either really love them or really hate this company because they are very tongue-in-cheek about dying, basically. It's like, you know, we've all got to die. You know, it's like, let's you know, take it on the chops about inevitability of death, and they take it quite jovially, not in a uncaring way, but they kind of like poke fun at it a little bit, kind of like a Beetlejuice kind of sense of humour. So I looked at it. It doesn't bother me at all, that kind of thing. And they did accept me for £7.62 a month, which is really cheap, which is why I want to double check on them. So it is just to do a bit more of a deep dive on that life assurance to see if it's quite right, if it's legit, people they get payments, that kind of stuff. But that's nice to get life assurance, as long as I think the limit was 17 stone, which was £238, and as I'm 233, I'm just under the weight barrier. This is my no spend. Rather having that printout grid I had last month, I've put it in this because I've got this sheet in my planner I don't use. So I've just basically written the date of the month and then each of those categories for the no spend. So I'm going to tick them off as I achieve them. So today is all of this row. I've also added Keto Foods on here. Now, it's not necessarily like if I go to the pharmacist and buy one Slim Fast keto bar. That doesn't count. That's fine. I'm talking about buying in bulk. I'm talking about buying 30 packets of pork rinds, or a 20 order of fat bars, or, you know, pulsing bars, which I love. It's making those big orders and filling my cupboards up. So it's not so much having the food in the house. It's partly the money, partly the control of myself, but also when these things are in my house, I do overeat them because I've got so many of them. So I don't necessarily think it's the right thing for me to keep doing. So I've added that into my bulk buying of Keto Foods onto my no spend. And the other reverse of it is that fitness workout tracker. So the walking, the resistance and the strength. And again, so basically during the week, because I want to do 5 of each, is to get 15 of those somewhere in this sort of square per week, and then a little thing for actually achieving it. So there's that there. I think I also need to add on the 15 grams of carbs a day as a separate category, as a ticky box, because I think that's going to help me keep on track. So I will add that in a second. And they are my goals and plans for the month. Bit ambitious. Well done, Jack. Also, I've got a spending tracker sheet, which I printed off again from this debt-free charts. It's come out quite small, but all I'm going to use this for, not all my spending, but purely for cat food. I know it sounds strange. They've got to eat, which is fine, but I'm curious about how much I'm spending on cat food, because I seem to be buying lots of it because I like the fancy little tins. So I want to keep a track in it, so I can talk to Paul about it and about trying to find it in better places or buying it in bulk, that kind of thing. But I want to get a view about how much I'm spending. Some came today from Amazon. And lastly, I talked about doing my measurements. This is the little tracker that I bought ages ago from Etsy. The company that made this on Etsy is shut down, but you can find them on Pinterest for free. Actually, I'm going to convert it all over to Excel. It's so tiny to write in. It was really difficult to write on this, so I'm going to put it on a spreadsheet, but I've got this for now. As you can see, I'm very bad at doing this frequently. I've only got like 9 measurements or something there, and then over 18 months I'm just rubbish at it. The oldest I've got there is from July 21, no, it's July 9, 2019, so 18 months ago. And basically I filled in all my measurements based on these points, put them in centimetres there. I've got a grand total there. And there has been some movement from then. Necessarily my biggest, it was only £299. It was £60 ago. I was 887.5 across all of my measurements, and I'm down to 773.5. So 115 centimetres difference in the last 18 months across all my measurements, which is like a metre. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But in terms of the last time I did this, which was last August, 15 centimetres, which is not amazing. I should have made much more progress. And also my weight hasn't really dropped a lot. Only £10. It's rubbish. So this has been good for my overall progress, but my recent progress has not been good enough. And I think, like I mentioned, my issues are buying stuff in bulk and eating it too much. not being consistent with my exercise and keeping my carbs too high. They're not that close. I need them to be around about 15 for me to lose consistently. So that is my conclusions from that. So it is good, but it's a bit of a mixed bag for me. But I think I'm going to put this on a spreadsheet at some point. And that's me. I feel like I've really waffled on, but thank you for joining me. I'm looking forward to getting my egg fast done and all that stuff, and I'll share those results with you, and I'll pop in the week for a little recipe video. Hope you're doing okay. Let me know how you're getting on. I'm hoping for good things this month. I hope you are too. I can feel spring is about to spring. Spring is about to sprung. So that's really good as well. I will see you guys during the week for another video. Have a good couple of days, and I'll see you in the next one.